Roman Reigns was announced on Raw, and now we're wondering, will he come back? Yes, the Oracle, or whatever you want to call it, they haven't officially named it. Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman out there, they mentioned his name. They all went out there to talk about how they're gonna conquer Raw. Now, for me, they really haven't done anything. It's been pretty much already a long time since WrestleMania. They haven't even named the group, and we're gonna dive deep into what's going on with Seth freaking Rollins and everything we saw on Raw. Thank you for watching Ringside Riffs. My name's Andres. Let me just go into Seth freaking Rollins, the main eventer, the once world champion, now the Money in the Bank winner. He is looking to pretty much control Raw. He told Braun Breaker, go take out Sami Zayn. He doesn't have a chance to be here. He told Bronson Reed, go take out Jey Uso. He shouldn't be here. And he himself was put on blast by LA Knight. Whatever's happening there, they got something cooking. But Paul Heyman announced the tribal chief, and the crowd went wild. And it leaves us wondering, what are we exactly cooking up here? We know SummerSlam is around the corner, and I doubt that Seth freaking Rollins is gonna cash in. This all seems to be brewing up for some type of war games. Yeah, Survivor Series is in October. It's almost here. We're coming close, but not just yet. How can they continue to evolve this group? What exactly will they do? Braun Breaker came out there. He was announcing he's supposed to be the face. Seth freaking Rollins, Paul Heyman, everyone is pretty much promising that. Bronson Reed made sure that everyone is paying attention to him. He's going to be going under the table. He is someone with the dominant force, and of course Seth freaking Rollins with that Money in the Bank briefcase. We're all left wondering who he's gonna cash in on and what's gonna happen. For now, the group pretty much seems forced. They haven't told us a name. They haven't had much matches. Yes, they're doing the typical bad guy villain stuff where they're just going around and dominating around and just being the menace, but there's no real goal. There's no real plan. We don't even know what title they're going for, so it just comes to show you WWE has pretty much been winging it, and they're good at doing that type of thing. Now, Judgment Day, are they winging it there? They have the Liv Morgan portal. They're praying for her to come back. Roxanne Perez pretty much taking over that spot. I wasn't even happy that she picked up the loss. The Kabuki Warriors are back. We're gonna have this whole Evolution tag team matchup, and just like they lost in WrestleMania, I would hate for the Judgment Day to lose again in Evolution. It doesn't make sense. For me, I understand that yes, maybe Asuka and of course Kairi Sane deserve that title. They are Kabuki Warriors. Maybe some other things like Sol Ruka over from NXT, and of course we have those type of friendship. We have that going on, but what can we actually see with the women's division? What exactly are we going to be planning out? For now, I believe Liv Morgan has that coming back party. She's going to be going for whatever happens with Raquel Rodriguez, with Roxanne Perez. We know Liv Morgan is not with Finn Balor. Finn Balor is scheming against them. There's just going to be an implosion of the Judgment Day. It just seems like we keep prolonging it and prolonging it, and it's something good. It's a good fraction, don't get me wrong. It's not like what they done with the New Day, where now it's dull. We're just hating on them. We're just waiting for their next moves. They gave them the titles. They lost the titles. What exactly are we even planning to do with the New Day? It leaves to show nothing is making sense. Becky Lynch comes out and she announces that she should have chosen her opponent. And that is the first point where I think it actually made sense. I was actually happy that she's paying attention to these type of things in the storylines. Well, yes, Tiffany Stratton chose her own opponent. Yes, of course, Io Sky chose her own opponent. Now, I'm wondering why. just like Becky Lynch said, why wasn't she allowed to pick her own opponent? Why wasn't she allowed to go out there? And man, we don't need any more Lyra Valkyria, any more Bailey. We understand they're gonna betray each other. We understand that the WWE has pretty much been raising and raising and raising the stock of Lyra Valkyria for no good reason. She went into the Queen of the Ring tournament last year, got second place. She came in, got the inaugural Intercontinental Championship, and now she's pretty much in the ring with Hall of Famers. Talking about Hall of Famers, Bella was announced. Nikki Bella was right there. She's like, I'm gonna go into the Evolution Battle Royal, and I'm telling myself, please, we don't need more Hall of Famers that don't need to be here, that don't need. We have a stacked women's division. Stephanie Vaquer should be picking up the win. It shouldn't be Nikki Bella that comes back. It shouldn't be Trish Stratus that comes in and just gets a title shot. What are we doing at this moment? Why do we just keep pushing on for the money? Please, it's not making sense. There's things that are great, such as the Gran Americano, which is now Luke Kaiser. That was amazing. That was a flip-flop. Yes, Chad Gable gets hurt. We put another person in. He does an excelling job. It's a great gimmick, it's a great character, and it just goes to show you how there's good things going. But then when it comes to the money side of things, when it comes to pushing Nikki Bella back into the ring, when it comes to pushing people back like Goldberg or Trish Stratus back into the ring, it starts to get foggy for me. Now, what is the WWE doing? They have storylines that need to be created. Seth freaking Rollins out there with no real motivation, with no team name. We're just lacking there. They're pretty much allowing the audience to throw in their little things so that they eventually pick up something, some type of steam, and then they're forcing things down our throat. They're forcing things that shouldn't be forced. They're putting people in the main card that shouldn't be there, and it just leaves us wondering, when are people gonna actually be listening to what the fans are saying? For example, Karrion Kross, he has his thing going on. Everybody's supporting him nowadays. Everybody's pretty much watching main event, which nobody was watching. There was no views going into main event. It pretty much got off of the streaming services. It got only onto YouTube. And now Karrion Kross is pretty much handling that little brand itself. And the Sami Zayn, the feud that's going on there, Sami Zayn looks to be out for a couple months now. They better not be putting Karrion Kross on the shelf. They better be exploiting the things that are good in the WWE and making sure that they put behind and under the table the things that are bad, because we are going into SummerSlam, a 2-night event. We're going into main event. We're going into Survivor Series, which is declared War Games. So many things coming up already. We're into the fast-paced, high movement of the WWE. So we need to make sure that things make sense. Stop just making us force this into us. Stop making people come back that don't make sense. And how about we put actual people that should be getting a push? There's enough young talent. There's enough development. They acquired TNA. They acquired AAA. They have evolved NXT, the ID program. We don't need to be without a key idea when there's so many players in the room. The writers need to get their stuff together. They need to make sure that they don't just depend on the audience, that they don't get drifted on that way. And those advertisements need to either be cut down. They have enough money. They don't need to be taking in this to be pulling in for shock value. They need to be over here giving us content that makes sense. Seth freaking Rollins needs to cash in on someone. John Cena, for example, would be the perfect case. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.